Mommy, which hospital do chickens go to when they need a checkup?
They go to the chicken wing, baby. I don't mean to wing any alarms, but the chicken wing doesn't have to be enjoyed as an appetizer, and they don't have to be bor-wing either. So I'm gonna take you under my wing and show you ways to add some incredible flavor to chicken wings without having to work around the clock. First, we're making the classic buffalo wings, but instead of using wings from a buffalo like other wing recipes do, I'm gonna be using chicken wings, and I'll make my own sauce. Spread your wings out and pat them dry. This is our first step to creating crispy chicken wings that'll soak up our sauce. But to make them even crispier, we're gonna add a few special ingredients. 1 tablespoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and if using baking powder piqued your interest, it's used to help brown the skin and crisp the skin as the wings bake. Most people either use baking powder, baking soda, or cornstarch to get that skin crispy on the wings. After tossing the wings with the baking powder mixture, spread your wings on a wire rack that sits over a foil-lined baking tray and bake at 450 degrees for 28 to 35 minutes or until they're cooked through and crispy outside. Flip the wings halfway through cooking just to make sure that both sides get cooked evenly. Let's move on to this impeccable buffalo sauce. Start by adding 2 tablespoons of minced garlic to a large bowl. Then pour in a 1/3 cup of hot sauce. I'm using Frank's Red Hot. A 1/4 cup of melted unsalted butter, 1 tablespoon of white vinegar, and a pinch of salt. You could just buy buffalo sauce, but if you really want an explosion of taste, make your own. Once your wings are done cooking, add them to the buffalo sauce and stir to coat. Top with some crumbled blue cheese, especially if you want to take these wings to the nest level. If you think these wings are spicy and found yourself to be dripping in sweat from the heat, you may be getting dehydrated. An excellent choice to rehydrate you is Element Electrolytes, who is my sponsor for today's video. When you sweat, you not only lose water, but you lose electrolytes too, which can make you sluggish and give you a headache, especially if you're no spring chicken like I am, just an old hen clucking away at life. To get yourself out of this pickle, just open 1 packet of Element Electrolytes. It has a science-backed electrolyte formula of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. They have a bunch of delicious flavors to choose from, like citrus, orange, watermelon, raspberry. They don't contain any sugar or coloring. Right now, Element is offering my viewers a free sample pack with any order. You get 8 single-serving packets free with any Element order. This is simple economics, plus a great way to try all 8 flavors. Get yours at drinkelement.com/KetoFocus. This deal is only available through my link, so you need to go to drinkelement.com/KetoFocus. If you're more of a salt and tangy type of person, well then look no further than these salt and vinegar wings. Again, pat the wings dry. Then to a large bowl, toss with 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Evenly space these wings on a prepared baking sheet, following what you did on the last recipe, and bake at 400 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes. While the wings are baking, prepare the salt and vinegar mix. In a small bowl, combine a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Once the wings are done baking, toss the salt and vinegar marinade until coated. These are gonna return to the oven, but this time we're gonna put them under the broiler on high for 1 to 2 minutes. This will help them get crispy again while maintaining that tangy flavor. Even if you're not a salt and vinegar fan, don't get chicken about trying these wings. They're actually quite good. If you need something else to peck at, try making garlic Parmesan wings. Start by patting dry the wings. I'm sure that rings a bell. To a small bowl, add 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Once that's mixed, sprinkle this over the wings and then toss them to coat. You're probably knowing what I'm gonna do next. Bake them at 450 degrees for 15 minutes. While the clock is ticking, time to make the garlic Parmesan sauce. To a bowl, combine 6 cloves of minced garlic, 5 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter, and a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. If you really want to know the scoop on how to get the most garlic-infused flavor, remove the wings halfway through cooking and coat them on both sides with garlic Parmesan sauce. Then return them to the oven to finish baking for another 10 to 12 minutes. Once they're done, toss again with that garlic Parmesan mixture. And I'm not joking around when I say that these wings are my kids' favorite. The next recipe is one that made my husband want to put a wing on it. Ring? These are getting really lame. They are chili garlic wings, and they are our favorite kind of wing. In a small bowl, combine a 1/3 cup of avocado oil, a 1/3 cup of soy sauce or tamari or whatever soy substitute you want, a 1/4 cup of sugar-free honey, 4 cloves of minced garlic, and 1 teaspoon of powdered ginger. Add your wings to a large bowl, then pour in the sauce, but save about a 1/4 to a 1/3 of the sauce for later. Toss the wings to coat, then cover with a plastic wrap and refrigerate this. We're gonna do a little bit of marinating action here. There's no puns right there. We're gonna do a little marinating action. That doesn't even make sense. We're gonna do a little bit of marinating action here, but don't worry, these wings aren't gonna be cooped up for too long, just 1 to 2 hours. Then line them on your prepared baking tray and bake at 400 degrees for 25 minutes. After those 25 minutes are up, flip the wings and return them to the oven for 25 to 30 more minutes. While they're baking, take that reserved sauce and pour it into a small saucepan along with another tablespoon of sugar-free honey. Heat the mixture over medium heat, then bring to a boil. Then reduce the heat and let it simmer until it's thickened, which should take around 3 to 5 minutes on the cluck. Once the wings are done baking, brush that thickened sauce all over and put them back in the oven, but this time under the broiler because we're gonna broil them on high for 1 to 2 minutes. We want that sauce to caramelize. These wings are definitely handsome. Every one of these recipes is a winger. Winner. That one was bad. But before you exit, check out these other chicken recipes, and best of luck trying to get this song out of your head.
Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni, chilling with my homie.